Thank you for watching. My name is Glenn Morgan and this is We the Governed. Today we're going back to feature another business in Washington State. This one, a restaurant named Stuffy, located in Longview, Washington, which is in Cowlitz County, that is also opening despite the governor's lockdown orders. And this 33-year-old business, we've interviewed the owners and we also interviewed their granddaughter and discussed the decision to provide food for their community. This is their story.
I just, every day, I was calling her and texting her, pretty much, sending her pictures of Spiffy's parking lot, articles and everything, and she called me one night and she was like, so what do you think? She's like, what do you think the repercussions are going to be? And then she called me and she's like, okay, we're doing it. We're going to do it. And that day we were just slammed.
Grandma, you guys need to open. She said, you need to do this. I said, I don't know, that's tough, But it was either do or die, It was either close it down for good, or it was open it up, see if we can get our employees through stuff, and get ourselves enough of a base to where we can maybe stay the course.
So we asked the owners, when they went to make this decision, what kind of a thought process did you go through and how did you reach out to your employees? And they have nearly 40 employees there. We asked them what that process looked like.
We talked to our employees and asked them what they thought. And they said, let's do it. Let's do it. So we did. And now they've got money coming in. They're getting to eat regular. They don't have to worry about where they're going to get their next meal, because they're getting a check, and they're good. We're taking good care of them as much as we can, and couldn't ask for better food. They're just here for us, and we're here for them.
My name is Bud Dooling. I'm the co-owner of Stuffy's restaurant in Longview. We've been here for 32 years. It's a well-known establishment, and locals frequent us really regular. We're proud of being here and we want to stay here. We went through the first part of this pandemic, and to keep this restaurant alive it cost over $200,000. And we don't have that kind of money to do it again. The reason being that we want to stay open is because we love the restaurant ourselves. We got 40 employees that have very good jobs and are making very good money. It's Christmas time, they're going to have a good Christmas. The companies that are all shut down are their employees are going to have a hard time because unemployment isn't as big as good wages. I know we're going against the governor's orders. He's doing what he thinks is right, but he can't put business out of business or he won't have a tax base. So we're planning on staying until the last minute. And our employees appreciate it, and we appreciate it. The townspeople pack us out every day, so they must think we're doing the right thing.
What was the response from the community? How have people actually responded to the fact that you're open for business, and even though you have limited seating and you're taking some other precautions, you're still trying to provide food and opportunities for the community to have a place to come and eat a meal?
I actually came in and worked the day we opened because we were slammed, and everyone that was here was just so thankful. They didn't know what my position was here. I was just like a server, and so they were just thanking me up and down that we were open, and they didn't care that they had waited in line for an hour and waited for their food for an hour. They didn't care that they waited for 2 hours to eat. They were just thankful that they had somewhere to go. People waited in line for 30 minutes just to pay for 6 pieces of cake because they didn't have time to wait for 2 hours. They just wanted to show their support. We had some lady call from Michigan and paid for $200 worth of gift cards. What she was going to do with them, I have no clue, but she's like, I just want to show my support, and I mean, it was crazy. She's like, I'm gonna tell everyone here and in these states what we're gonna do, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. So the support has been crazy, and we're beyond thankful. The employees on Sunday had tears in their eyes. They didn't even know what to expect. So it was awesome.
We also took the time to interview a customer who had been there eating there all week and get his input on what he thought of Stuffy's being opened.
Yeah, I've been coming here all week. Started Monday, breakfast, lunch, dinner, good food, lots of food. I'm very glad that they're open. I really hope that other restaurants would do the same thing and kind of stand for their rights. I mean, people have the right to earn a living, and this kind of shutting things down is just bad for everybody. And, well, good for big business, bad for small business.
We also took the time to interview Cowlitz County Commissioner Arn Mortensen and to get his take from the elected officials' perspective on this local business and what they thought about what was going on here.
Stuffy's being open is a wonderful exercise of fundamental, unalienable rights. The fact that they have the courage to do so even accentuates how important this issue is. It takes courage to stand up for your rights. And so I am very pleased with seeing Stuffy's open, and I urge the people to support Stuffy's completely. If it comes to issues where they must defend themselves, I'm going to count on the public to do so. It's at stake for everybody.
In this conversation, Commissioner Mortensen also pointed out that they had a resolution that the county is considering issuing to support businesses like Stuffy's in their community.
The end conclusion is very simple. The BOCC, the Board of County Commissioners, supports the constitutional rights of every citizen. How can that be wrong? The Cowlitz County Board of Commissioners does not and will not support any regulations or governmental actions that violate the constitutional rights. The BOCC declares that Cowlitz County will not enforce COVID-19 restrictions on the citizens and businesses of Cowlitz County. The Board of County Commissioners encourages prudence and tolerance of individual choices. The latter one means we cannot control what happens in Olympia or in Jay Inslee's fertile mind about how he's going to take over the world. What we can do, though, is act according to our own notions. We're not telling people you must not wear a mask. We're telling you it's your choice. And that's the whole thing, individual rights. If you feel threatened by COVID, we're not going to go to your house and haul you out in the street and throw you into a group of people just to teach you a lesson. But in fact, that's what they're doing to us in reverse. You're going to go out, well, you better put this mask on. So we have to, as a people, get together. I urge all of the citizens to continually call the county commissioners and say, pass a resolution, defend our rights. That's your obligation.
So then I asked them, if you have a message for other business owners who are considering either folding forever or at least trying to push back, what would your suggestion be for them if they're considering this decision?
You could go down and just close with nothing, or you could go down fighting and possibly keep the business. You don't know that you're going to lose it if you just open your doors. You don't know that that's what's going to happen.
We just try and do our best to maintain the social distancing that is required. The mask our employees all wear. We sanitize every table. So we just do our best to follow the governor's rules, except for closing our doors.
I definitely encourage all of them to open. I think if you can go get your nails done and go get your hair done or go get a tattoo, that you can definitely go and eat in a restaurant and be safe. So I think all businesses should be able to be open and be able to social distance and be safe for sure. Well, it was really just about like doing the right thing. It wasn't about like defying the governor's orders. It wasn't political. It was our employees are literally not getting a paycheck. They weren't getting their unemployment that they pay into, that the owners pay into. It was all about what is the right thing here, and the right thing is that we need to open for our 40 employees that if we were to close our doors, they were going to literally have no job. 40 people were going to go out of a job, and the owners would lose what they've literally put their blood, sweat, and tears into for 30 years. So in my opinion, it's always do the right thing, and that is open the doors. 40 people need their jobs, and it's Christmas time, which I know the holidays, that's not a big deal, but in my opinion, that's a big deal, and they need to pay their bills, and that's just what you need to do is fight. And I think that's the big message here, is do the right thing.
Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this story. This is the Stuffy's restaurant story in Longview, Washington. This is what they're experiencing. If you have a business that is also opening in Washington State, please feel free to put your comments below or reach out. If we get a chance, we wouldn't mind being able to tell your story as well. If you like what you see here, feel free to subscribe, share with others, and if you want to learn more, go to wethegovern.com. We appreciate all the feedback we get. I do try to read every comment, although I don't always respond to all of them. And remember, the future does belong to those who show up.